Cassie, you're off work this coming Saturday, right?
Hey, Robert. Yeah, why?
This Saturday is Mom's 60th birthday. I was thinking we should throw a party at our place. Let's celebrate big.
Wait, what? A party for Mary's birthday? Here?
Why so surprised? It's no big deal, right?
You mean I'll have to cook, right?
Of course.
I'm not really up for it.
Why not?
Remember the last time I cooked for her? She hated it. That was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, I remember. But this time it'll be different. I'm sure Mom will love it.
But are you sure? Wouldn't it be easier to just go out to eat?
Eating out is a hassle and expensive. Plus, homemade food is the best. It's heartfelt and she'll be impressed.
But it's not easy to prepare everything by myself. Will you help me too?
Why would I help you? Cooking is a woman's job, right?
But...
Don't worry, it'll be fine. You worry too much. Mom's not that strict.
But last time, she said even a dog wouldn't eat this food. I'm afraid that might happen again.
Yeah, she was harsh for sure.
You can laugh, but I was really shocked.
Don't worry, she won't say that this time.
But I'm still worried, and I need to clean up the place before inviting guests.
You clean the house all the time, don't you? There's nothing to worry about.
But she also said, I can't believe you're having dinner in such a dirty house. I just can't forget that day.
I'm sure it won't be a problem if you clean it nice and tidy the day before.
Then, will you do the cleaning?
Cleaning is your job, right?
So you want me to do everything?
You know what? It's your husband's mother's birthday. Don't complain about cooking and cleaning.
I'm not complaining.
Anyway, I'll call and invite Mom.
Oh, you've already decided?
Yep, you're fine with it, aren't you? There's no point in arguing.
You're so pushy.
Alright, we're having a party at our place this Saturday.
Oh, man.
Hey, Cassie. You've done a terrible thing.
What? Robert, what's happened all of a sudden?
I just got a call from Mom. She said she threw up after eating your awful food.
You mean the food I served at her 60th birthday celebration yesterday?
That's right. Did you maybe put something weird in the food?
I would never do that. Besides, you ate the same thing and you were fine with it, right? Did you think it was bad too?
I thought it was tasty, but if Mom says it's bad, it's bad.
Oh no. Maybe she's just saying that to harass me.
Oh, come on. Are you trying to say that Mom is lying?
Not exactly.
You're a housewife. Can't you even cook a decent meal? Her birthday celebration was ruined because of you.
If you keep blaming me, why didn't you help?
Cooking is a woman's job. Don't blame me for not being a good wife.
Your way of thinking is old-fashioned. Married couples should support each other.
I work hard as a husband to earn our living.
I work full-time at the same company. Plus, I do all the housework. It's just not right.
But Mom says men aren't supposed to do housework. She's right, of course.
Are you still saying that? Only a few men think housework is a woman's job these days. You and Mary are both too old-fashioned. Wake up, for God's sake.
Are you denying Mom?
You're not normal. Even at the wedding, you two complained about my dress. And I ended up wearing one I didn't like at all.
All the dresses you picked were just lousy. Like trash. You have terrible taste.
You talk about me in a horrible way. When are you really going to change?
Huh? You're the one who needs to grow up. When you catch up to our level, we'll listen to you.
What's with that superior attitude?
I'm in a better position than you, so it's only natural for me to speak from the top.
Married couples are equal. Besides, before we got married, you told me that you would put my opinion before your mother's.
I changed my mind.
Why?
Because Mom said you were crazy. You can't cook, you have strange hobbies, and you have terrible taste. How can I listen to someone like that?
You still have to put me first. Oh my. If this is how it's going to be, why didn't you just have the food for the 60th birthday celebration at a restaurant?
I told you eating out would be too expensive.
It's your precious mother's birthday. It doesn't matter if it's expensive. Plus, I didn't even get to eat because I was busy cooking, cleaning, and tidying up.
You've been gaining weight, like a pig lately, so a little bit of food should be enough.
You're rude. You even took the liberty of opening a bottle of wine I've had for a long time. I saved it for a special occasion, but you two emptied it out together. It was an expensive bottle of wine my best friend gave me. That's too much.
I'm sorry you couldn't drink a drop of it. Seriously, it was so good that it was empty before I knew it. But you should be thanking me and Mom, right?
Why should I thank you?
They say drinking makes you fat. We saved you from that by drinking it up for you.
You know, how lousy is that? Besides, she refused the gift I gave it to her. I knew she wanted a good cooking pot, so I bought one. But she told me it's too big and heavy to bring home. Are you trying to make me an outcast?
I'm sure it's just your bad taste.
That was the newest version that she wanted.
She must have changed her mind. You should understand.
But don't you think it's too rude to the person who bought it? I wanted to get along with her, but I think I give up.
Who do you think you are? You're just a wife. Even the tickets for the trip to Hawaii, Mom booked them for us. Don't complain.
That's another thing. I just wish she wouldn't do things that hurt others' feelings.
It's really tedious. It's your own fault that Mom disapproves of what you say and do.
You wouldn't take my side after I told you those things. Well, it doesn't matter now. I have my own ally.
Huh, who the hell is this ally? You have some imaginary friends? You're lucky to have such an imagination.
That sucks. That's enough. Hey, Cassie. Is this a good time? Hello, Mary. I'm at work right now. What is it? I need to talk to you about my 60th birthday celebration the other day. Oh, about that. What the heck was your cooking? Well, I tried my best to make it, but it didn't suit your taste. I'm sorry. It was more than just not good. I've never had such bad food before. I suggested we go out to eat, just in case you said something like that. But Robert rejected the idea. Huh! You were going to cut corners, weren't you? It may be cutting corners, but if things go like this, making everyone feel bad, I think it would have been better to eat out. That's no excuse. Why don't you learn a little more about cooking? Thank you for your advice. It was a really bad dish. The seasoning was totally off, and the presentation was awful. That is indeed like parent and child. I am impressed. Huh? What about me and Robert? He told me exactly the same. Like it tasted bad, blaming me that I can't even cook a decent meal. Because it's true. You almost put me in the hospital. What a mess I had to go through. I'm sorry about that. Can I go now? I have work to do.
Wait! The main issue is just getting started.
Huh?
The cooking pot you sent me yesterday. I need you to do something about that.
What do you want me to do with it?
It's too big and takes up too much space. Just come and pick it up right now.
What? I gave it to you as a birthday present.
I didn't need it after all.
But you did say that you wanted the latest model of that, right?
Well, I was in the mood for that at the time. On second thought, we have many cooking pots. I should have asked you the newest vacuum cleaner.
That's too selfish.
Anyway, it's an eyesore in my house, so you'll have to come and get it.
But I can't. I'm at work right now.
Don't make excuses. It's not much of a job anyway, is it? Come here right away.
Then I'll go get it during my lunch break.
Please do so. I'll be waiting for you.
Hey, Cassie. Mom just told me. She said you're in the hospital. I heard you fell down the stairs at my parents' house.
That's right. I broke both my legs.
What? You broke your bones? You're kidding, right?
I wouldn't say that as a joke.
How did you get hurt that badly? Oh, I get it. You're like a big fat ball. You slipped on the stairs and just tumbled all the way down, didn't you?
It's not funny. It really hurt.
Then why did you fall?
Your mother pushed me down from the second floor.
Huh? Bullshit. You're such a jerk. Don't say that even as a joke. And why were you at my parents' house?
She called me to come and get the cooking pot I gave her as her 60th birthday present because it was in the way.
So you fell down the stairs with a big cooking pot in your arms. Fat people tend to lose their balance. You blame Mom like she pushed you? Huh, you're such a disgusting liar.
Why don't you believe me? I have proof.
Proof? If you can show me, show me. Wait, what the hell?
You can tell by her voice, can't you? It's Mary's voice. It's the audio of the moment she is pushing me down.
Seriously? But why do you have this audio? You're too prepared. You set up all this, didn't you?
Mary's been bad-mouthing me too far, so I've been recording this as some proof since I arrived at her place.
You're too scary. You're going to sue her?
Yes. I said I have someone who supports me, remember?
Is this person for real? Not imaginary?
Of course.
But the police don't have time to listen to your complaints.
Oh, they will, because this is a case of assault.
Is it? But we are one happy family going to Hawaii next week together. They wouldn't see any reason for her to push you off.
Oh, she has a reason. She says something like this. We're going on a trip to Hawaii, but having an outsider in our family makes it less exciting.
That's true.
Even you say things like that?
From Mom's point of view, you are a stranger, not even related to her by blood. But that doesn't mean that she pushed you down. And if she did, she should have a good reason.
That's no reason to push someone down, no matter what.
She's a human being. She makes mistakes.
You call it just a mistake?
You can't judge other people, right? Besides, she drove you to the hospital, didn't she? Oh, that's very kind of her. You should be grateful.
She is the one who pushed me. Taking me to the hospital can't make it up. Besides, she left as soon as I was taken to the doctor.
You ask too much. She spent her precious time with you. That's enough.
Are you insane? She doesn't even know I have broken legs.
She thought I would tell her, In fact, I just told her that.
That's not what I'm talking about. Fine. I can't get anywhere talking to you anymore. I'm in the hospital until the day after tomorrow.
Huh? Then where's my food?
Who would care?
Huh? You're so incompetent that you don't even do women's work.
Cassie, you're surprisingly frail, aren't you? Breaking bones just from falling down the stairs or something?
How can you say something like that?
You broke both your legs, didn't you? Aw, poor thing. You're going to be in a wheelchair for a while.
Robert told you about it, didn't he?
Oh, he was stunned. He said it must have been because you were fat that you fell. I almost laughed when you fell. You were rolling down like a balance ball.
You pushed me off, and you say like that? Seriously? You don't have any humanity?
Oh, I didn't do it on purpose. I couldn't help it. My hand slipped.
What do you think I am? I don't ever want to see your face again.
Just as well. We're going on a trip to Hawaii in a week. But you know, you can't with your legs like that.
Then you did it to keep me from going on the trip to Hawaii?
I'm sorry for the pain I caused you. But I had no choice. I was looking forward to our trip to Hawaii, but with you, it would have been ruined. So you'll have to stay in your hospital bed.
Oh, I'm happy for you. Things went according to your plan.
My plan? Don't say it like that. Well, I'm going to have fun for you. You take your time recovering from your injury.
I don't think you can enjoy the trip.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you really think you can enjoy your trip after hurting someone else?
Don't talk to me like that. Well, now I'm feeling good, so I can forgive your rude way of talking.
Hey, Dad. I'm sorry you couldn't come on this trip with us. We just got to Hawaii a little while ago. It's warm, the sky is blue, and it's great.
Hi, John. I'm sorry you had to work on such short notice. It's too bad. It was our first family vacation in a long time. I'll buy lots of souvenirs for you, darling.
Don't come home again.
Huh? What's wrong, darling?
What's the matter, Dad? You scum. How could you go to Hawaii after injuring Cassie? What are you talking about, Dad? She fell and hurt herself.
That's right. And you would have come too if you didn't have to work on short notice, right?
That's a lie.
Huh? What do you mean?
Cassie told me what you guys did. She told you that Mom pushed her down the stairs? You admit it, but there's more. You were snubbing Cassie when I wasn't looking, weren't you, Mary? It's disgusting to put down a dish someone made for you.
Where did you get such an idea? I would never bully her. Well, I may have said some harsh things from time to time, but that was just to make her a good wife. I did it for her sake.
Huh, don't make excuses. Besides, I know what you said about the wedding dress. You didn't let her wear the dress she liked. I heard you forced her to wear the dress you chose.
Wait, how do you know all that? She talked ill of me, didn't she? Oh, what a lousy woman.
I just heard the story. When she told me about that, I asked her if I could do anything for her. But she told me to wait. She didn't want to risk damaging our relationship in the future. And she said she would try her best to get along with you on her own.
Oh, I know she was just pretending to be nice. Anyway, it was her mistake that she fell down.
That's right. You shouldn't believe a word that she says, Dad. Come on, admit what you've done and be sorry.
Darling, we've just arrived in Hawaii. Don't ruin our pleasure with such a story. You know how much we were looking forward to it. Why are you doing this to us?
Because I have to.
Forget about that fake stories of that woman. And believe in the words of your wife, who has been with you for many years.
I can't do this. I'm at my limit. I've decided on a divorce.
What? Why so suddenly?
I've been thinking about it for a long time. Besides this case, you always made fun of people, looked down on them, and laughed at them. I hate to see that. I hoped you might change as you got older, but you never did.
Wait a minute. Let's talk it over once.
No matter how much we talk, I would never change my decision. Besides, Cassie seems to be preparing for divorce. Huh? Even Cassie? Why? Can't you understand that too? It's because you don't listen to her and take your mother's side. That's because Mom is always right. You really haven't grown up either. Just as Cassie told me. Your mother committed a crime this time. Wait, you're not going to file a police report against her, are you? I've already filed a damage report.
You're kidding me, darling. Why would you?
You injured someone. It's the consequence you get. Don't tell me you've been listening to Cassie's story. Then that ally that she was talking about, was it you, Dad? I don't know about that, but at any rate, you two are divorced, and you both have to pay alimony. And the police will get you, Mary. You won't be able to go sightseeing in Hawaii. Oh no, what are we going to do? Just deal with it on your own.
Oh no.
After that, Robert and Mary hurried back from Hawaii. They got down on their knees and apologized to John and me, but of course, there was no way we would forgive them. I divorced Robert and John divorced Mary. After the divorce, Robert had to quit his job. Since we worked at the same place, there were bad rumors about the cause of our divorce, and he was too embarrassed to stay at the company because of it. After resigning, he desperately looked for a new job, but he couldn't find anything decent. Now, he's living in extreme poverty, working part-time jobs. Mary had a very hard time after leaving John and tried many times to get back together with him, but he ignored her. Eventually, she was arrested by the police and is now spending her life in prison. All the relatives hate her, so nobody will be waiting for her after she gets out. She's miserable in her old age, but she deserves it. I have fully recovered from my leg injury and have returned to work. I'm free from the stress now, and I spend a pleasant life every day.
Hey, Fugly. Don't you dare ignore me, you freak. Stop bothering me. What do you want? Ugh, you're so slow to reply. What are you, a sloth? I'm at work right now. Oh darn, you work on holidays too? That's depressing. Fugly and chained to work. Your life sounds so boring and sad, lol. Says you who never gets a regular job. You're pretty much off all year round. So don't act all superior just because it's a national holiday. Mom told me you got fired from your part-time job again. You're old enough to know better. Why don't you get a proper job? Working might help you get some common sense, you know. There's no need for that. I'm getting a permanent job soon. A permanent job? What are you talking about? I'm getting married. What? You're getting married? Darn right. My fiancé is the son of the CEO of a famous company, and he's so hot too. He's an heir to the family estate with over 10 million. You rarely find excellent men like him. What do you think? It's amazing, right? I guess so. He said he'd never seen a woman as beautiful as me before. He proposed to me right after we met. He said he'd leave his fiancée to marry me. Isn't that something? I'm really lucky to be born beautiful. As long as I have the luck, my life's smooth sailing. Men are so easy. I guess you ugly people will never understand, lol. You better work hard as a corporate slave for the rest of your life. It must be tough to be born with your appearance, lol. Whatever. I guess a guy who goes after a girl with nothing but looks isn't any good anyway. I feel sorry for his fiancée. It's just too tragic to be dumped for the sake of someone like you. Whoever she is, I feel for her. It's tragic for sure, lol. You know my fiancé though. I do? Who? A friend? Jonathan? Your fiancé, lol? Huh? What are you talking about? He's marrying you. Then the fiancé is going to be dumped. It's you! Surprise, surprise, lol. It's hilarious that you called your life tragic. No way. You're full of crap. He would never do such a thing. I know you don't want to believe me, but it's true. Here's a photo of us from the other day. FYI, it's not photoshopped. Indeed, it's him. I can't believe it. How? I'm the one who wants to know. How did a fugly manage to get such a nice guy in the first place? It's a miracle that you even got engaged. But too bad. You lost him to me so easily, lol. You worked so hard to get him. Well, I'm sure it would have happened sooner or later. No matter how good you are at your job, a fugly woman loses in the end. He says you're too unattractive and he can't see you as a woman, lol. Did he really say that? He can't see me as a woman. Sure he did. Moreover, he said it's impossible as a human being. He said it'll be hell to be married to a monster like you. A monster. For the first time since going out with me, he's moved by discovering the beauty of a woman. He said it has been like he was walking around with a pig that could speak. He's happy to get married to prettier me than fugly you. I'm sorry for always stealing from you, lol. Well, I'm looking forward to the wedding. What kind of wedding will it be? How many people are you going to invite? Do you want me to help you send out the invitations? What's with you all of a sudden? Aren't you devastated? I stole your fiancé you were desperately clinging on to. If he hates me that much already, then I'm done. I gladly give him to you. Aren't you lucky that you got my second hand? Lol. What? Your second hand? My ex-fiancé. So he's my hand-me-down to you, right? That's great. You can't even get a good guy unless you take him from me, lol. You're getting cocky for a fugly. So who's overjoyed to get the fugly second hand then? You usually only get losers coming after your looks. I'm handing you down to a decent guy, so you should be more grateful. Well, he turns out to be a jerk who cheats on his fiancée though. You guys are perfect for each other, don't you think? I'll laugh from the top of my lungs at the wedding. You should look forward to it. You can pretend to be tough for now. You're not invited anyway. We don't want you to ruin it with your sickening jealousy and harassment. And besides, it'd be a disaster if some fugly monster comes to our magnificent wedding. Oh well, whatever. But are you sure you can have a wedding? His parents are both very strict. I have a feeling that they probably won't allow you to marry him. Are you crazy? Of course we can. It's just that you and I will switch places, and nothing else will change. On the contrary, if his bride becomes beautiful, no doubt that they'll be happy. I'll be more welcomed than a fugly like you. I hope so. Well, it no longer concerns me. Then I'll just file for compensation. The engagement is off now. I'm a little busy at work now, so I won't be able to file the claim until later. Suit yourself. I hope you find a man within your league next time. Well, I'm busy getting ready for the wedding. Whatever you say. I wish you all the best. Eleanor, where the heck are you? I thought you broke off your engagement. Answer me now. You better not ignore me. What's up? I'm kind of busy right now. Isn't your wedding today? It's starting soon, right? Are you sure you have the time to chat with me? It is my wedding, but that's not the point. Jonathan's parents came yelling into my preparation room. They suddenly started saying that the wedding was cancelled. They weren't aware that you called off your engagement or that I took your place. They screamed that they didn't approve of this marriage and sent the guests home. It's a disaster. Didn't you tell them you cancelled the engagement? Oops, sorry. My work was hectic, so I told them about it just a few minutes ago. Lol. What the heck? Just a few minutes ago? You've got to be kidding me! You know, I was so shocked that I couldn't think straight for a while after the sudden cancellation of my engagement. I knew I had to call them, but then I put it on the back burner and forgot about it. My bad. This is unacceptable. You're an idiot. How could you forget about such an important thing? I couldn't help it. I was heartbroken, you know. I did tell them as soon as I remembered. I said that Jonathan's switching his bride from me to you. So we're not getting married anymore. I also mentioned that you never had a regular job and have been financially dependent on your parents. You're the kind of person who not only steals my things, but takes my fiancé as well. You're as such, but I asked them to please take care of you. That's just bad-mouthing! Why the heck did you have to say those things? I don't understand why you're angry. I didn't badmouth, but just told the truth. Wait, you had a sense of doing something wrong? I'm so impressed that even you could have sensible thoughts. Shut up! Jonathan and his parents are talking outside the room right now. I can hear the word disinheritance thrown around. They're yelling at each other, and I don't know what's going on. You dropped out of high school, right? Disinheritance is kind of like disown. Simply put, it means to remove Jonathan as the official heir. He won't be the CEO. No way! Why won't he be the CEO? Can they get away with such tyrannical action? Of course. They can't entrust an important position to a dishonest person who cheats on his fiancée with her sister and switches his bride. They adored me because I was successful in my career. Oh, so he's probably going to be demoted from a board member to an ordinary employee. Or maybe he'll be fired. That's tough, but having a dishonest person in a top position lowers the company's reputation. So, oh well. He has a bright younger brother and sister. They have no shortage of the successor. I can't accept that. There's nothing attractive about him if he doesn't become the CEO. You need to come to the wedding. Convince them so that he can keep his position. And about my marriage too. You should have explained everything to them sooner in the first place. Come quickly, right now. You take responsibility. No, I can't. I'm taking a special vacation to go abroad. To heal my broken heart, you know. I've already checked in for my flight. I'm looking forward to Italy. Italy? That's where we're supposed to go for our honeymoon. I know, because I was supposed to go there with him too. But since my marriage didn't happen, I'm going alone. I wasn't invited to the wedding in the first place, so I can't come to you. I can't wait to go shopping. I won't buy you any gifts though, lol. Hold on. Are you going to leave me like this? Do something about it. None of my business. Oh, it's time to board the plane. I have to put my phone on airplane mode. Good luck. I blocked her number right away. I received desperate messages from Jonathan saying he was sorry and wanted to start over. I replied to him that a pig can't go out with a human being and that I would ask for compensation when I returned home. I also blocked him after that. When I got back, his parents came to apologize to me. They promised to give me all of Jonathan's trust fund as compensation. He was demoted from a board member to an ordinary employee and sent to a subsidiary company. My parents completely gave up on Ava and cut ties with her. Without telling her, they sold their home and moved to the countryside. Ava lost a place to live and their financial support and was forced to work on the streets in the end.
Ew! My bastard brother is getting married? On top of that blonde girl is going to be your wife? For real? That's so gross. What is it? Is it so weird that I'm getting married? Yeah, it's crazy. Is that so? Well, it kind of makes sense now that I know that it's that plain Joe you're getting married to. But still, it sounds weird. What do you mean? You make no sense. I mean, I introduced her to you when we were at Mom and Dad's. Don't say anything bad about my fiancé. But seriously, I don't know what's so good about such a plain, dull girl. In Joe's case, it's neat and modest. Love is blind. Oh well, you're far from being an elitist couple like Josh and me, who are Ivy League graduates and working for a major corporation. I guess it's a perfect match for someone like you who didn't even go to college and work at a small company. I'm sure you're aware of it, but don't expect me to have a good sister-in-law relationship with her. You're kidding? That's exactly what I have in mind. What do you mean? You think I don't know that you bullied Jill in middle school while you two were in the same class? Even now, the way you're acting, just to find out that we're getting married. Besides, both Mom and Dad favored you more. I left home because I didn't feel like I belonged there. I did introduce Jill to you guys as an obligatory greeting, because that's what you're supposed to do. You are invited to the wedding, by the way. But I don't basically plan to have in-law moments with you guys, other than at family weddings and funerals. So I'd appreciate it if you do the same. All right. You guys really seem to know where you stand. Whatever. Hey, Jill. I'm sorry my sister and her husband were so rude to you today. My parents acted the same until they truly understand who you are. Really sorry about that too. It's okay, Kyle. You've apologized to me so many times. Plus, you've won me ahead. After all, it's that Sarah and her parents who adores her. To tell the truth, it was pretty much as I expected. Really? By the way, looks like Sarah forced you to exchange contacts with you. Were you okay with that? Sure, I'm fine with it, as long as it's just a text messages. I told them we won't be participating in any family occasions. You can just block her, okay? I'm thinking of blocking her after the wedding. For now, it's safer to stay chill and leave the door open for her, don't you think? Well, I'm not the same wimp I used to be. I'll just dodge her, so don't worry. Well, if you think you've had enough, you can just block her any time. I know. Thanks for your thoughts. Hey, you jerk. Thanks for the wedding invitation. I'm not going. That's fine. Huh? Jill's parents understand where I stand at home. They also know about the bullying you've been doing to Jill. That's why they told us to just let it go if you're not attending. Plus, we weren't planning to have a grand wedding to begin with, so there's no problem. I see. So, you're not gonna have a big wedding? Nope. We were very selective about who to invite, and we've decided that's enough. I just thought of a great idea. What is it? My husband and I just registered our marriage, but we didn't have a wedding yet, right? I didn't know that. But we decided we want to throw a wedding now. I won't invite my jerk brother and his wife, though. Do whatever you want. Huh? I don't expect you to invite me in the first place, so don't worry about it. Okay then. He really pisses me off. Hey, you jerk! Did you get my reply to your wedding invitation? Yeah, I got it yesterday. You sure you're not coming? Yep, I'm really sure. Who would want to go to a low-cost, crappy wedding? Besides, we're having a wedding the same day. The same day? On purpose? Yep, the same day, just for the sake of it. Unlike the drab and boring wedding of high school graduate and a blonde girl, ours is going to be fancy and extravagant. You both were losers finding jobs. You cried to Dad and had him ask his business connections to get you jobs. I don't know how you can brag about it. Business connections are also part of your skills and assets. I hear stories that you guys really suck at what you do and don't have any friends at work. Don't say random things just because you're jealous of us. Anyway, we've decided to get married on the same day. Wait to see how we are on a different level than you. Okay, I just won't prepare the seatings for you guys then. Don't mention it. Don't need them. You should know that you guys are the ones who don't know where you stand. Huh? Stop acting stupid and really observe your situation you're in. Whatever. I have no clue what you're saying. Hey, you douchebag! Why aren't you at your wedding? What do you mean? I came all the way to the Park Hotel to attend your wedding. Which Park Hotel are you at? Duh, so obvious. The one near the station, closest from your house. I can't believe your wedding is at a Park Hotel. So expensive. I'm pretty sure you don't have the kind of money to travel far. No. Did you really check the location on the invitation? What do you mean? It's not here? Nope. Then where? Hawaii. Hawaii? The Park Hotel in Hawaii. Hawaii? I think that's what it says, doesn't it? No way! My loser brother and his bland wife is getting married abroad? I think you should know that I just got a new job and I'm now making so much more money than you guys. What? Really? I mean, what happened to your wedding? Wasn't it supposed to be today? No one showed up. What? Really? I called out about the wedding on Instagram, but no one came. Even mom and dad didn't come. I don't know about your friends, but mom and dad and all the relatives are here. Huh? Why? It's so wrong that they chose you over me, who have more affection. Well, they all seem uncomfortable being at the same table with Jill's relatives. What do you mean? My wife, Jill's grandfather, is the chairman of the company Dad works for. Wait a minute. Dad's company is where Josh and I work. Does that mean Jill's the granddaughter of the chairman of a huge corporation? I guess so. Why didn't you tell me? I told you. Huh? I told you when I brought Jill to mom and dad's place to introduce her as my fiancée. You did? While you and your husband were so busy dissing us, mom and dad were trying to stop you. What? It looked like you completely ignored them. Wait, you didn't notice? Is that why you suggested that we should have our wedding on a different date? We tried to warn you, but you forced it through. Because the whole point was to have it on the same day as my loser brothers. I can't believe Dad prioritized your wedding over mine. He is in management position now, and being the parents of the groom who is getting married the chairman's granddaughter, I'm sure Dad had no choice. Well, everyone knows how he was mean to Jill in the past. So I'm sure he feels very embarrassed and uncomfortable. Wait a minute. Was it Jill's payback that no one came to my wedding? Hey, you know that's not true. Did you even send out invitations to the people you wanted to come? It's so tedious sending out individual invitations. I texted everyone and also posted on Instagram to let them know the day before yesterday. Did you receive RSVP? Huh? I invited them, so I expect them to come no matter what. For those whiners, I just told them to shut their mouths and come. That's not an invitation. What? You remember my invitation, right? You RSVP me. Basically, if you don't have that kind of communication, people won't know if they're invited or not. Is that so? Plus, the day before yesterday is way too late to be calling out. That's a total disaster. Your wedding planner obviously didn't do their job. What the hell is going on? Well, none of the wedding venues were available today, so we decided to rent out a French restaurant. But no one showed up, so... Wait, Jill wants to talk to you about that. What? Jill? She said she's going to text you now, so hold on. Sarah, go back to the restaurant now. Huh? Hey, stop acting like a big shot the moment you reveal that you're a chairman's granddaughter. That's not what I'm talking about. The restaurant you booked is owned by my cousin who's at the wedding here today. Your cousin? There's a huge fuss at the restaurant right now that a couple who ditched their private wedding reception bailed without paying. No way! I found out it was you and your husband, so I'm calling them now. They said if you don't go back, they'll call the police. The police? They want you back at the restaurant by 7:40 p.m. to pay the bill. Only 40 more minutes? It's too close. They're not gonna wait for you. You better hurry. What the heck? After that, my sister and her husband returned to the restaurant just in time. They were relieved that they were not reported to police. However, the bill came up to $12,000. Although they somehow managed to pay with a credit card, they are now in huge debt and a mess. They had expected to pay off the venue with congratulatory gifts, but they got none. She now has a big rift with my parents, who would have been the first to help her in a situation like this. After a big fight, they insulated themselves from each other. By the way, my sister's husband had also cut ties with his parents a while ago. Furthermore, they resigned from work. Must have become very uncomfortable working in the same company as my father. They are now living in a shabby apartment and working part-time to save money. They have been fighting fiercely every day, and it seems that my sister will become a divorcee in no time.
Sarah, are you on a business trip again today? You've been married for 12 years and still don't want to quit your job. Are you talking about that again? Can you please stop sending the same message on my lunch break? I don't want to spend my break time texting you. I need to have some lunch now. We live next door, so we can talk after I get home. I need to get back to work now. I'm telling you to quit your job already. You are making little money anyway. Your work will be fine without you. And above all, you can't get pregnant because you're still working. You are already in your 30s. You're getting older. You need to have a baby soon. I want you to quit your job. I understand what you are saying. If I quit my job, Eric and I won't be able to make a decent living. We won't be able to afford to have a baby, and I can't quit my job so early either. Well, look what you're saying. You still insist that you can't live on Eric's earnings alone. We've been having this same conversation repeatedly, and you're right. That can't be true. Oh my God, I really don't know why my son married to a woman like you. You didn't even believe me after I showed you my paycheck. Huh? I'm going to run out of time to have lunch, so if you'll excuse me now. Hey Sarah, did you say some terrible things to my mom? Terrible things? Like how you don't want to deal with her during your lunch break? I heard you were rude to my mom for sticking up for me. She's your mother too. You need to take better care of her. Respect her more. Wow, is that what she said to you? It sounds like everything is my fault. I'm the terrible one. What? It can't be my mother's fault. Okay. That's enough. I've done well for 12 years, right? Huh? What are you talking about? Never mind. I'm at a hotel, reconfirming some documents I need tomorrow. I will let you go now. Hey, I'm not done talking with you. Sarah, I heard you're on a business trip again today. Yes, I am. You're coming back the day after tomorrow, right? Yes. Is there any possibility of a change of plans? Well, that depends on the situation, but I don't think so. Why? Nothing. Just checking. Okay. Okay then. Eric, what's going on? Huh? I just came back from a business trip. All the things in the house, furniture, and dishes are gone. And there's a divorce paper on the floor of the living room. What's this? As you can see, I'm divorcing you. My mom and I decided to move out. Did you do that on purpose? You know it's our 12th wedding anniversary, right? Yes, I do. Being asked for a divorce on your wedding anniversary is so hilarious. That's not really an explanation. So you're saying that your mom agrees with your divorce? That's what I meant. That's right, I get it. But you'll still have to fulfill the responsibility of a divorce. Responsibilities? Oh, you mean the divorce papers. What are you in such a hurry for? The divorce papers are filled out. All I have to do is fill them out, send them in, and that's it. I fulfilled my last responsibility as your husband. You should check it before you start accusing me, okay? Let me ask you something. What? What are you going to do about living expenses from now on? Huh? Your mom doesn't work. You're going to support her with your earnings. What do you think about that? Of course I'm thinking about it. My mom and I have my father's inheritance. We will be fine. Okay, I get it. Are you sure you want me to file for divorce? Yes, as soon as possible. I'll think about it. Sarah, you are home, right? We are done with you. You and Eric will be divorced. Now it's you. What? Eric texted me a while ago about the divorce and moving out. Oh, I didn't know. Then there is only one thing I can say. I want to have my grandchildren as soon as possible. The best thing is to get rid of you for my new daughter-in-law. A new daughter-in-law? Didn't Eric tell you that? Martha is pregnant with Eric's child. And he wants to marry her before the baby is born. Huh? I see. I'd like to ask you something. What? What are your plans for living expenses from now on? What? If he divorces me, he can no longer rely on my salary. I don't know if the new daughter-in-law, but I had her resign so she could start a family. I see. 4 of you will live with Eric's salary alone. Yes, that's right. Are you sure you can handle it? Of course, we'll be fine. After all, Eric's monthly income is double yours. We are fine. No problems at all. Excuse me? Eric only makes a little money. What are you talking about? The paycheck you showed me was about $3,000 a month. So Eric's must be around $6,000. That's the opposite. Opposite? I make twice as much as Eric. What? Let me put it simply. It is correct that my take-home pay is $3,000. Eric earns about half of that, which means $1,500 a month. Huh? Didn't you notice that when we were living next doors? Your son has been moving from job to job. In the 12 years since he married me, he's left and changed jobs 7 times. 7 times? The longest one lasted a little over 3 years. He leaves after about a year or 2. How can he have much salary? That's why they were living on my salary. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Eric said he would tell you himself, so I kept out of it. Wait a minute. If that's true, why would Eric divorce you? He has a pregnant girlfriend, but he should have thought about it too. According to Eric's message earlier, he said you guys are fine with the inheritance. Huh? Inheritance? There's no such thing from the beginning. I'm sure that's true. Your husband was a big spender. Anyway, why don't you and Eric talk about it? Apparently, you and your son overestimated each other. You two need to improve in the crucial discussion. Hi, Sarah. I'll give you a chance. What? Did you discuss it with your mom? Yes, I did. I'll tell you now. No, I don't really care. I'll tell you the only way you can get back with me. You're going to give everything you make to me and my mom. From now on, my mom and I will be in charge of the household finances. I'll give you $100 as a monthly allowance, and you'll make do with that. If you agree to these terms, you won't get divorced. Huh, I see. If you want to stay with me, you'll have to put up with being an ATM. I don't, and I'm moving to LA. Huh? LA? My company wants to promote me to director in the LA office. First, I was not sure, but since you moved out and want a divorce, I've made up my mind. Huh? I accepted the offer today and moving to LA next week. What? I think I will be there for a long time. I'll enjoy my single life in LA. Did you turn in the paper already? Yeah, I stopped by the city office this morning before work. No way. I won't get my father's inheritance, which I was counting on. How am I supposed to live with my mom? Oh, that's right. I'm going to charge you compensation. Huh? Why? I know you thought you were hiding it from me, but I've been aware of it for a long time. And I've been gathering evidence. And your mom brought up your affair yesterday. Martha, right? What? You two should work better together. I mean, I'm laughing now. I've asked my lawyer to take care of everything else. We're strangers now. Sarah! Sarah, I got certified mail. How do you know where we live? Your husband's brother manages the house, right? Huh? He told me you and Eric are living there without permission. He complained to me. What? I told him what had happened, and he agreed to cooperate with me until the matter was settled. Until things are over? I'm talking about the certified mail you received. Let me put it simply. I'm demanding complete payment for Eric's infidelity. Payment? Eric cheated on me. I have the right to demand it. And I've already received compensation from Eric's girlfriend. What? Eric told her about the inheritance and had a relationship with her. Her pregnancy was a lie. After she found out about Eric's financial situation, she left him. Pregnancy is a lie? Then my grandchildren. I don't think so. Huh? Sarah? You can get back together with Eric. I don't want to. I'm going to LA. LA? Hasn't he told you yet? You guys need to communicate. What should we do then? Ask your son. Sarah, please. Goodbye. That's what happened. Now I've been working in LA under the sunny sunshine. My parents decided to sell their house in New York and move to LA with me. My company has arranged housing for them, and we are living there temporarily. The other day, Eric and his mom visited my parents' old house in New York. They wanted me to pay back the compensation because they could no longer live on their debts. They destroyed the yard and broke a window to get inside, and someone called the police. The property owner charged them a lot of money. They ended up increasing the amount of money they had to pay. Now they are both cut off from all relatives and working hard to pay off their debts.
Heidi, it's your sister. Reply. Are you awake? Are you sleeping? If you're sleeping, wake up. What? Oh, you're awake. If you were awake, why didn't you answer me? I was sleeping. I woke up to the noise of the phone call. What? That's terrible. Don't be so mean to your sister. Come on. You don't know what time it is? You've been ignoring all my calls. Give me a break. You call me sis, sis, sis. It's annoying. You usually ignore me and treat me like I don't exist. I've never had a good conversation with you when you call yourself sis. Well, it's true that I'm your big sister, isn't it? I thought I should talk to you as soon as possible. It's important. Important? About your wedding in a month. Give it to me. Huh? Are you talking in your sleep? I'm not talking in my sleep. Then do you know what you're saying? You've always wanted what's mine. It's insane for you to want my wedding too. Yeah, but you can't have a wedding anyway, can you? It's a waste, so I'm just going to take it from you. I'll make the wedding as beautiful as yours. What do you mean? It's because I got your fiancé, Harold. What? You can't be serious. Because when I met Harold for the first time, I was freaked out. I thought he was definitely the man of my dreams, right? You were just attracted to his looks, right? Well, that's part of it, to be honest. A good-looking guy who is the son of a company owner is too good for the ugly Heidi. I'm the pretty one. That's why I took him. I mean, I'm the big sister, so I'm better than you. All of your things are mine. Harold also said that I'm more lovely as the future Mrs. President. Oh, I see. Either way, I guess I need to talk to you guys face to face at least once. I'm going to the parents' house this weekend. You guys should come. Oh no! Why not? I don't want to see your ugly face before our big wedding day. It's bad luck. Besides, a jealous, ugly girl has nothing to lose, and I don't know what you would do. Scary. I've had enough of this. Do whatever you want. Of course! But I'll at least give you the bare minimum of trouble. So do what you have to do, Ruby. I won't give you any leniency just because you're family. What are you talking about? You're supposed to think for yourself. You're not that stupid. Ha 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 ha! You're so jealous right off the bat, ugly girl. Heidi, you're 28 years old. You need to grow up. Say whatever you want. Harold? Oh, Heidi. Ruby told me about it. You know what you did, right?
Of course I do. I feel really bad about what I did to you. I thought I didn't care how you looked as long as you were good-natured. But still, I realized that as the eventual president of the company, it's important to look good when my wife is standing next to me. That's when Ruby came along, and I knew it was fate.
And looking good too. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm losing interest.
I'll pay you whatever compensation you want, so let me have the wedding with Ruby.
I don't care anymore. Suit yourself.
So it's okay?
I have no idea, but I've lost interest in marrying you, so do whatever you want now.
Thank you. I hope you find someone wonderful someday.
Heidi! What's going on? Why didn't even one guest from the bride's side show up? Heidi! I mean, why aren't you or mother and father here? All my relatives didn't show up either. Not one of my friends showed up. What's going on? You must have done something. You're disgusting. You did this because you have an ugly grudge against me. How dare you do this to your sister? Say something. What? The notifications are so annoying. Why hasn't anyone from the bride's side shown up? What? Explain it! No explanation. Nothing. I just told everyone that the wedding was called off. I don't know what happened from there. Then what about father and mother? What about our uncles and aunts? The bride just changed from one sister to the other, so it's strange that even my relatives didn't come. Not even one of my friends came. Don't ask me, especially since I don't know any of your friends. You didn't have any friends who would come to your wedding, huh? I do! Why didn't you come either? You got jealous and did something, didn't you? No, I'm not jealous. I'm surprised at how much better I feel. I still don't feel good about it, so I don't want to be at your wedding. I mean, I wasn't invited in the first place. Don't quibble! Just call everyone back now. I'm not calling them back. I just told everyone involved that it's called off. As long as it's not my wedding anymore, that's as far as I can go. It's your wedding now, and the rest is for you to contact the people you want to invite yourself, right? Perhaps you didn't send out invitations to anyone? If that's the case, isn't it natural that no one would come? You are so mean! Do you really enjoy humiliating your sister so much? No, I'm the one who got humiliated. It's pretty embarrassing and miserable to report a breakup, And it's about how my sister stole my fiancé. Mutual acquaintances already know. What more do you want me to do? You're terrible! This happened because you didn't do what you should have done for your own wedding. Don't put the blame on me. Then what about mother and father? I told them I'm marrying Harold. It's not right that they didn't attend their own daughter's wedding. What do you think? Whether they go or not was their decision, wasn't it? It's not like they were forced to go. If they didn't want to go, they wouldn't go. It's their daughter's wedding! How could they not come? You definitely did something. You locked them up to keep them from leaving the house. No, I don't think so. You're lying! Because I moved so far away from home. What? Moved? I've heard from them, but they never mentioned anything about the wedding. I didn't know what was going on there until you called me. What do you mean you moved out? You don't know? I'm a miserable woman who lost her fiancé to her sister. People around me try to make me feel better, but it's like they're touching a tumor. I feel bad about that. I wanted to live a fresh and clean life in a new place without being bothered by people. The sooner I moved, the better, so I took the plunge and moved right away. What's with that? I've got a big wedding going on. Why is the ugly one living clean and clear? It's the result of your negligence of what you should have done. It's like you already hijacked my wedding. You're insane. You should have at least contacted the people you wanted to invite and explained it to them yourself. Ruby, you're 29 years old now. Get a grip. You should have told me I had to do that in the first place. I told you to think for yourself. You're old enough to know better. Don't depend on me for something like that. I'm not an elementary school teacher. Oh, but let me stop you right there. I start my first day at my new job the day after tomorrow. I want to be at peace on that day, so don't contact me anymore. Wait a minute! I'm not done talking yet. See you later.
Heidi, it's me, Harold. I'm sending this from my work account since my private one seems to be blocked. I'd like to talk to you about a few things. Whenever you have a free moment, please reply.
What? You don't know what it means to be blocked? It means I don't want to talk to you.
Don't be so cold. Actually, Ruby and I are divorced.
I see. I can't believe you lasted 2 years. I bet your wedding was a disaster.
Ruby was insistent, and it took us a long time to get divorced. In that wedding, the bride's side didn't get any guests. I used my father's connections to round up the guests, and we managed to get through it, even though it was an hour and a half late. But I got a lot of flack for the fact that the bride's name was different from the invitation.
Well, of course. Normal people wouldn't have changed the bride's name and had the wedding ceremony. Ruby didn't seem to have done any preparations for the ceremony herself. She didn't even send out the invitations again.
Our married life was a mess after that. Ruby was actually a crazy woman. I gave her my credit card for everyday purchases. She buys brand name goods to the max, doesn't do housework at all, and usually stays out overnight without telling me.
You didn't realize that before you married her?
Yeah, I was totally fooled. She grew up in the same environment as you. I thought she'd be able to take care of the house and care for others just like you. Being a beautiful woman, I thought she was perfect. I didn't expect her to be like that on the inside.
Well, she's a smart and beautiful girl at first glance.
Why are you so different? You two grew up in the same environment. How can you be so different?
Same environment? I wonder.
Huh?
Ever since I can remember, that girl has been pampered by everyone around her just because she's beautiful. Some people even compared her to my appearance and used me as an example for praising her all the time. Both my parents and I repeatedly told her not to get on her high horse. Ruby just laughed and said I was jealous of her beauty. After graduating from high school, she moved from place to place with men who lived alone. She came home only 2 or 3 times a month. Basically, I never heard from her. She's now 29 years old and she's been living a life like this. She must have spent her life being paid off by men. So of course, she was a spendthrift. I knew she wouldn't settle down just because she got married. And I was right.
Ruby, she was like that.
I think our family is responsible for not being able to correct her behavior. But when she took you, my fiancé, and hijacked our wedding, I thought, oh, you're screwed. My parents and I decided to cut her off, so she's nothing to me anymore. Well, I didn't think of her as my sister from a long time ago anyway.
I didn't know that. Hey Heidi, can we start over?
No way.
That's a quick answer. I know it's my fault, but maybe you could think about it a little more.
If you don't get back together with me, your brother will be the next president, right?
Why? How do you know about that?
I heard it from a friend back home I'm still in touch with. Your parents, for what it's worth, liked me. But anyway, I can't.
Don't say that.
I'm already married.
What?
So, goodbye. After the divorce report from Harold, I thought that maybe Ruby would contact me with a different phone number or app. I got a new phone with a new number that day. Actually, my parents had moved out of their house and Ruby didn't know that. Sure enough, she had been asking everyone she knew for my parents' contact information. Since everyone knew the situation, nobody would tell her. I heard she was in a lot of financial trouble and had finally hit rock bottom. On the other hand, I got married to a man I met through a trusted aunt's introduction. I want to build a happy life with my husband who loves me and is not bound by appearances.
Hey, answer it. Answer within a minute. You've got some nerve to ignore my calls.
Excuse me? Who are you? I think you must be mistaking me for someone else. It was an unknown contact, so I didn't answer you.
How dare you talk to me like that? How can I be wrong? How dare you blame me and make fun of me? Jesus! Why did Hank choose this lady?
Hold on. Could it be Hank's mom?
Excuse me? I have a name. First of all, I don't approve of you.
I mean, Mrs. Smith.
Good. So you know about me, right? Then why didn't you introduce yourself before? Hank told me about you. You two have been dating for 3 years already, right? If that's the case, it's normal for you to come and introduce yourself before the marriage proposal. Why didn't you tell me until now? You must have no manners at all.
Well, I went to see you this time to introduce myself as a fiancé. You wanted me to introduce myself when we started dating?
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? You don't even know that? You should be saying something like, I'm dating your precious son. How can you not come to introduce yourself? You have no common sense, and yet you try to make fun of me.
I had never heard of such common sense. I apologize for that. Hank thought it wasn't a good idea for me to visit his parents' house, so I was holding back.
I'm sure he was. If I had known he was dating a lady like you, I would have broken off two of you. I only want him to date with girls I approve of.
How did you get my contact?
While Hank was taking a bath, I looked at his phone. I searched for your phone number. I really wanted to say something to you.
Did you look at your son's phone without his permission?
I'm his mother. What's wrong with looking at my son's phone? Hank is my only son. He is the heir to our family. I have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't get any bad woman.
Hank is an adult. You can't just look at his phone without permission. It's an invasion of privacy.
What? Do you know who are you talking to? I wonder if you know what kind of work I do. And you're talking to me like that?
I don't know your profession, Mrs. Smith. I mean, what does your profession have to do with this conversation?
Of course it does. I'm a lawyer. So is my husband. I know more about the law than you do. What kind of work do you do? Hank said he would never tell me what you do. I guess you don't have much of a job, do you?
I am a civil servant.
I see. Which is not a bad job. But compared to me, it's nothing. People say civil servants are basically just puppets of the government. Compared to us, who are lawyers, we are much more intelligent. What about your parents?
They are both working for the government too.
Oh, really? Well, that makes them even more out of character with us. My family is a lawyer and we make good money.
I don't care what you say about me, but why do I have to be told about my parents as well?
Because Hank wants to marry you. When it comes to marriage, it's a house-to-house bond, right? If he marries into a family of incompetent civil servants, it will lower the status of my family. Hank needs to marry a daughter from a respectable family.
I love Hank, and I want to marry him. Even if you don't approve of me right now, I will do my best so that one day you will approve of me.
That's impossible. You can change your parents' job, can you? Until now, when a girlfriend who didn't suit Hank came along, I made him break up with her. You should break up with him too.
After that conversation, Hank apologized to me. He told me that whenever he introduced a girlfriend in the past, if she didn't like her, she would secretly contact her and break them up. So, he said he was very worried about going to his parents this time. Of course, I love Hank and I want to marry him. So, I tried to get her approval without breaking up with him. And I decided to keep in touch with her. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Smith.
Oh, you know? Thank you. I'm not happy to be greeted by a low-class lady, but I will say thank you as a courtesy.
I look forward to seeing you at the party tonight.
Party? Are you coming too?
Hank has asked me to come.
Well, if you attend as Hank's friend, you may attend.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
It's also Hank's engagement party, you know?
What?
Because people who are very important to me will be at my birthday party. I thought it would be a great opportunity to announce Hank's engagement.
Wow! Thank you very much. I'm glad you approve of me.
Huh? What are you happy about? Jesus, do you think it's you?
What? It's not about us?
Of course not. The fiancé is not you, of course. She's the daughter of a trading company, Hank's ex-girlfriend.
What? What do you mean?
I like her a lot. But Hank said he couldn't keep up with her financial stance. That's why they broke up. She had a perfect family background. But I'm glad I invited her to my birthday party.
Does Hank know about it?
It's a surprise for Hank. But the new fiancé loves Hank so much. She seems to be happy to receive my surprise. If I announce it at the party, Hank won't be able to refuse, you know? If he says no, it's like damaging the reputation of both families. I'm sure he won't do it and accept my surprise. If you're coming to the party too, it's going to be a great party, don't you think? You should take a good look with your own eyes. That is what kind of girl would be a match for Hank and my family. Well, you've done a good job too. You messaged me almost every day for a month. You were trying to get me to like you and agree to marry you, weren't you? Your shallow plan is so obvious. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you.
If Hank wants it, I will back out. But if Hank still chooses me, I won't give up on marrying Hank.
After all this, you still won't give up? You really have a stubborn spirit, huh? Well, I'm officially inviting you to today's party. By all means, bring a tissue with you so you can cry.
I had a lot to say to her, but after I talked to Hank, we both decided not to attend. Since Hank also did not attend, there was no mention of an engagement. Since I couldn't resolve things through messaging her, I've decided to visit their house and go to formally introduce myself for marriage. We got down on our knees and begged. But the moment I looked up, she suddenly slapped me. I was simply shocked by her action, and gradually it turned into anger.
How is your cheek? It's your fault for coming to my house suddenly without an appointment. Rude people deserve to be slapped out. Unlike you, I'm busy with work. Just because you are not busy as me doesn't mean you can do whatever you want in my house.
He wanted to bring me to his parents' house for a formal introduction again, but Both of you were insisted that I wasn't good enough to be his wife. That's what Hank told me.
Of course, I was humiliated on my birthday. The truth is, I had told everyone that I was going to announce Hank's engagement. It's fine that you're not coming, but even Hank didn't attend my party. Not only me, but the new fiancé was also humiliated. You made this happen on your own. I hope you can take responsibility.
It wasn't my own decision. Hank and I discussed it, and we decided not to attend.
That's a lie. Hank cares for me. He is a wonderful son who cares about his mother. But because he met you, he turned against me and his father. It's all your fault.
You really hate me.
Yes, I hate you. No matter what you try to do, it's impossible to like you. I'm sorry I slapped you when you came all the way over here. But we're both lawyers, so there's no point in demanding me or something. Don't think for a second that daughter of a low-class family will go against us.
My father is a judge.
What?
I told you, my father is a judge.
No way, that's true.
My dad knew about you. He said you were in law school together.
But you never said anything about your parents was a judge.
Well, I said they are civil servants, right?
That's true, but...
By the way, my mother is also a judge and I'm a prosecutor.
You're lying, right? You lied to me.
I am a national civil servant. I am not lying.
Even Hank never said about that.
Many people get defensive if I tell them about my job, so I told him to keep quiet. If you ever attempt to use your legal authority, I will tell them my actual job. That's what I told him. I really wish those moments wouldn't happen. But if you're up for it, we'll just be honest and tell our side too.
Wait! When you say your father knows me, I don't know anyone named Anderson. I have a good memory, you know? Now I know you're lying.
Anderson is my mother's surname. My father took my mom's surname when they got married. My father's maiden name was Williams.
Williams? That top student? That's a lie! I can't believe he raised a lady like you.
I heard you always borrow my dad's notes.
Yes, I always borrowed his notes because it was very organized. Did he say anything else about me?
Oh, the Valentine's Day story. That was funny.
He remembered? That's not true. It was a misunderstanding.
You gave him a love letter, right? But I heard he was dating my mother, who was 2 years younger than him at the time. And he rejected you.
That's not true. That was a prank. I was just teasing him because he was a top student.
Really? That's funny. Even after he rejected you, you kept following my dad around. Even when they were on a date, you tried to interrupt them. I heard you were a stalker to a level that would make anyone cringe.
Stop it! It's my dark history!
I've already told my father everything you did and said to me this time.
What? What did he say? What does your father think of me?
He's quite angry.
Oh no! I never thought you were the daughter of my first love. Well, now I notice you look like your dad, and you look smart too.
You don't have to try to be nice. You've said a lot of things about me before, and I know how you really feel about me. Your family is different from ours, so I will talk to Hank again. If we get married, your family will lose its prestige, right?
Our family is lower status than yours, so please be positive about the marriage. I would like to apologize directly to you. I want to see your father too.
You don't have to do this. You are so busy that you don't have time to meet with me, right? I will talk it over with Hank.
Wait a minute. Please marry my Hank.
I couldn't stop laughing at her new attitude when I told her about my parents. I cannot forget what she did to me, but I told Hank that I still want to marry him. Hank felt guilty and blamed himself, and he promised me I would not be hurt again. So, Hank came up with a great idea. How have you been feeling since then? Mrs. Smith, it's been a while.
Oh no, you don't have to call me like that. You can call me Mom. Just talk to me more casually. We're family now.
No, I'm a stranger. So, I will continue to act like this. What made you message me?
I was just wondering if the scar on your cheek was healed.
It's healed nicely, so I'm fine.
Thank goodness. I felt bad about it. But you know, it just happened. I didn't do it intentionally.
I see. Well, I don't care anymore.
Really? Then that's good. If you want, why don't you come to have dinner with us? I haven't been able to get in touch with Hank lately. I'm worried about what happened to the marriage.
We're fine. Hank was concerned about it. But I still wanted to marry him. My parents like Hank very much too. So, the marriage is still going.
Your parents? I'm so glad. I'm so happy that you two are getting married. I will do my best to support you. Let's have dinner to celebrate. Your parents are welcome to join us. It's been a while since I've had a chance to talk with your dad too.
Hank is the only one my parents like. My parents have mixed feelings for you.
What?
So, they are only welcome about Hank. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that you are still hung up on your first love, even though you are married.
Don't be so cold. When we get married, we will be family. Your parents won't be strangers to us, you know?
You will remain strangers. Hank will cut off ties with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Hank is our only son.
It's what Hank wants. He's fed up with his parents and wants to disown them.
What's going to happen to us if he's going to disown us? Hank is my only son.
I don't know about that, but he said that he wants to give up his family name already. My father and mother both accepted Hank.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear anything about that.
Besides, you messaged me today because Hank didn't send any money, right? That's why you tried to talk to me, wasn't it?
How did you know that?
Hank told me. On payday, you were always asking for money. You love branded stuff and you were always short of money. I heard that law firms don't have many clients either.
So, he's not going to support us financially anymore?
If you live decently, you would have a hard time. That's what he said. You keep saying he's your only son, but in the end, you don't want to give him up because you want to get money from him, right?
But we are both lawyers. We have to have a lavish life. We are a family, so it's natural that we help each other with money, isn't it?
If we want to help each other, then yes. But in your case, you were dependent on Hank.
But the payment is due today. If I don't pay the rent for the office, we have to close the office. We won't be able to earn money.
I guess you deserve it.
Please, lend me the money. Just lend it to me. You don't have to give it to me.
No, I won't lend you money. I'm not stupid enough to lend money to someone who has no chance of repaying it.
Then, give me the money. Your mother-in-law is in trouble.
I can give you too. How audacious can you be?
You have a lot of savings, right? Come on.
I've spent a lot of my savings. We're going to have a big wedding here.
What? A wedding? And that hotel is very prestigious.
When you invite people related to your business, I had to have a wedding at a place like this. It's very popular, and I couldn't get a reservation for a long time. Suddenly, the wedding hall got cancelled. So, we were able to have a wedding 1 month early. I've been preparing for the wedding for a while now, cutting down on my sleeping hours. I know it's short notice, but I wanted to make the ceremony as nice as possible. You're getting married in a month? I didn't get the invitation. Because I didn't invite you. But I'm Hank's mother. It's not right that I'm not invited to the wedding. I will attend the wedding no matter what. I don't think you should. What if you come to the wedding and ruin it? If you have a lawyer badge, you understand, don't you? Yeah, I know, but it's not right that the mother isn't invited to the wedding. The other attendees would understand how I feel. We didn't send you a wedding invitation. There will be people at this wedding who knows the law as well as you do. Then please, just lend me the money for this month. If I can't pay the rent today, I will be able to leave. I'm so sorry. I know you tried so hard to raise Hank, and I really appreciate it. From now on, our family will support Hank. Well then, take care. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry for what I did to you and to Hank. As a mother, I really wanted to choose the right person for him. I'm sorry, I crossed the line. I'm sorry, I apologize. Please, don't abandon me. Please, let me attend the wedding at least. It's my only son's big day. Please. They sold their house and luxury goods and managed to pay the rent for their office. Now, Hank's parents are working very hard together. I heard that they used to be selective about their work. But now, they are taking on jobs no matter how small. Because of that, they have become a reputable law firm. My father always wanted a son. And he loves Hank like his son. They often go out without me. To be honest, we got married early because I was pregnant. Hank's parents seem to be changed in a good way. We are planning to send them a picture of their grandchild after the baby is born.
Hey, Sophia, you old lady. Why are you at my kid's preschool? Long time no see, Molly. It's been a while since you ran away opposing your dad in my marriage. Has it been 6 years or so? Answer my question. Don't tell me you had a baby. Yes, 3 years ago. Seriously? For real? You were 40 when you married my dad, so you must be 46 now. You had a baby 3 years ago? Meaning you gave birth at 43? That's right. Oh my god, I can't. What? You mean my half-brother or sister goes to the same preschool as my son? Well, does that mean my child is same age as his aunt or uncle whose mom is an old lady? That's so gross. Molly, did you have a baby too after you ran away and cut contact with us? Yeah, I got pregnant when I was 19, and so we got married. I see. I heard from people that you got married, but I didn't know you had a child too. Well, you know a lot of guys like me. I'm not like you, an old lady who had a baby so late in her life. I wish you wouldn't talk like that. I mean, is this a joke or what? An old pregnant woman? You haven't changed a bit. By the way, is yours a boy or a girl? I have a son. That makes me with a younger brother and he is my baby's uncle? Give me a break. I never imagined having a younger sibling at this age, even step-siblings. In fact... Oops, I gotta go now. I'm going for lunch with a bunch of young moms my age. I have no intention of being friends with your son or his old mom, by the way. I don't want my kids to get grossed out about you, so make sure you stay away from him. Bye. Molly? Oh, hey, Sophia. It's so rare you text me. Can you please not spread strange rumors about me at preschool? What are you talking about? I have proof that you are the source of the rumors. You're telling people that I intentionally got pregnant so that I can marry your dad, and that the father of my son is actually someone I cheated on with. Oh, that. That's almost true, isn't it? No, it's not true. If you had such doubts, you should have asked and checked the facts. I don't need to check the facts. I have proof. Proof? I don't want you and your kid getting close to mine and my friend's kids. It's going to be a bad influence. What proof? I saw you cheating. Me? I wanted to see Dad since I haven't seen him in a while, but I didn't know where he lives now, so I followed you home so that I can see him. You followed me? Guess what? I saw you walk into an apartment with a man who was obviously younger than you. I don't know if you brought him into your home or he took you to his. It's pretty obvious you're cheating. It's indefensible. You got it wrong. Plus, I took a closer look at the kid's face and he doesn't look anything like Dad. Instead, I came to notice that your son looks a lot like the guy you're cheating with. That's when I thought maybe your kid is not my dad's son. Is that why you started the rumor? Hey, Dad is not the father of your son, is he? No, he is not. What? Wait, seriously? Wow, I'm gonna tell my dad. First, I need to find out where you guys live. Then he should file for divorce. Your dad and I are already split. What? We got separated after 6 months into our marriage. The younger man you saw is my current husband. You're remarried? Yeah. He's my junior at work. I was 5 years older than him, but he said it was okay. I remarried my current husband when I was 42. And then we had a son who looked just like him. Ah, I see. Which means you cheated on Dad after all. What? Obviously, you had a divorce after 6 months. It's because you cheated on him. I bet you couldn't resist the younger guy who came flirting with you. So gross. That's why I hate MILF. That makes your dad gross too, then. Huh? It was your dad who cheated on me. Huh? What do you mean? Seems like you haven't heard anything from him, have you? Can't help it. Dad changed his number and I totally lost contact with him. Oh, I see. He told me he was going to speak with you, so I didn't say anything. The false rumors that you spread at preschool, you're speaking ill of my husband and son. So I guess I'll have to tell you what happened over the past 6 years. What? You mean you're not being a sore loser, but you're actually telling the truth? Yeah. When you were against our marriage, I thought of calling it off, but your father had already registered the marriage. That's why we rushed to tell you that we got married. Then, you ran out a month later and didn't hear from you again. Well, yeah. And the 4 months after that, I found out about your dad's affair with a woman who was young as his children. No way! We got divorced 2 months after that. Seriously? What is he doing now? I haven't seen him since then. I don't have his current contact info. I see. Well, Molly, now that you know the whole scope of the story, you're going to correct the rumors, are you? What? You should be accountable for spreading false rumors. Hey, what a hassle. If you don't correct it, I have no choice but to sue you for libel. Huh? You're overreacting. Your harassment is giving us negative effects in our lives. You know what? You're the one who has to clean up your own mess. Clean up my mess? If you and Dad are no longer together and your son is not related to my dad, that makes me a complete stranger, so I have nothing to do with this. You're the one who started the rumor. You old ladies are such a pain in the ass. I'm going to go ahead and start an even bigger rumor. I'll do it so that you can't stay at our preschool anymore. Molly, I'm going to visit my close mom friends for the first time. I don't want you to spoil the good time. So, I'm going to block you now. Sophia, I need to ask you something, or I need you to explain to me something. Oh, hey. I thought you blocked me. When I went to my mom's friend's house today, Dad was there. What? My friend introduced him to me as her husband. Your friend? Could she be? Is her name Amy? Yes. What's her last name? Same as my maiden name. We actually became close because our names were the same. Wait, does that mean? I think it's her. I see. I did notice a girl who looked just like her within the circle of your friends. Seems like she has a different makeup now. Wait. So you're saying Dad was messing with a girl my age? That's right. Then Amy's 3 boys, they are my half-brothers? That's what it would be. No, I don't like it. Don't tell me. But I don't like it. Molly, you shouldn't talk abusively about newborn babies. Besides, you're in no position to criticize other people. Huh? Hey, Sophia, help me. What is it? I don't know what it is, but I got a letter asking me to pay for something. Is it a continent certified mail? That's it. Do you have any ideas who's the sender? Of course not. It's totally insane to ask me to pay such a huge lump sum of money. You still don't get it? What is it? It means your boyfriend's wife must have found out about your affair. What? No way. She contacted me a while ago. I told her everything I could tell her about you, the rumors you spread about me. The father of my son is actually a man who I cheated with. This was your own story, wasn't it? Oh, no. That is, the father of your child was not your husband, but a married man with whom you were having an affair, isn't it? You've got to help me. The wife said that he and his wife has 2 children together. What about it? Which means they are half-siblings with your child. What? You were disgusted with the idea of having half-siblings, but that is exactly what you are doing. Gosh, no! I see. Looks like now you finally know. No way! What the hell? No! Help me. I'm not gonna help you. Why not? I'm responsible for protecting my own family, my son and my husband, not you. Why? What do you mean? There's only one thing I can tell you, Molly. All babies are entitled to be happy no matter what their circumstances are. You must face her and protect her as a mother. Don't give me the crap. And about spreading my false rumors, I don't intend to let it pass after what you had done to my family. What? Brace yourself, Molly. Molly's husband filed a divorce and also the wife of the man who she had an affair with. Both Molly and her boyfriend were charged with alimony. along with the child support. I also filed a claim for compensation for libel against Molly, and she had to pay it in full at once. The story spread, and one thing led to another. Then people started to talk about how Amy stole my ex-husband. You can call me relentless, but I had to do what I had to do. The false rumors that Molly started about me were quite widespread. I took immediate action because it was affecting my son and my husband. Soon after, Molly and Amy left the preschool one after another. As for Molly, some relatives of her offered help. I was relieved to hear that they were sensible people.
You trashy bitch. I will never approve of you marrying Mark. Despite being a low-class high school dropout, you act like you're something. I won't let a woman like you, who has no worth in life, become my son's wife.
What? Mom?
I don't remember allowing you to call me like that.
Are you really Mark's mom? Maybe it's not you. You sound like a different person who I met earlier.
I am Mark's mother. Yes.
I can't believe it. You were so nice to me earlier. Calling me trashy and low class is terrible. Besides, you were happy about our marriage, weren't you?
To be honest, I was thinking about completely ruining the wedding greeting. I was just trying to be nice to my son. My husband agreed with the marriage, so I had no choice but to go along with him. But I won't let you marry Mark.
So Mark's dad is happy with this marriage. I'm glad.
That dumb bald guy has zero sense to judge people. I will make my son realize.
I was so happy that both of you accepted me. I'm shocked that it was a lie. We promised that we'd cook together next time.
I know a high school dropout can make decent food. I'd rather do it with a monkey. The monkey can make a better dish than you.
Why do you hate me so much?
Because you are a high school dropout.
I told you, I wasn't able to finish high school because of my family problems.
Your father died and your mother was sick? To make ends meet and pay for your sister's tuition? That's a cheap sub story. Who's going to fall for that?
You don't have to say it like that.
Haven't you learned that liars are the beginning of thieves?
It's a true story. Mark's dad told me it doesn't matter whether I'm a high school dropout.
Of course, it matters. A person's worth is determined by education. A high school dropout has no common sense. A woman born from trashy parents don't have any discipline. It is what it is. Being a scum is inherited naturally.
That's terrible.
I bet that's how you tricked my son, using that fake story.
No, I didn't.
So, is it seduction? Not just intelligence, but also you have a low class of moral values.
That's not possible. Please don't insult me with assumptions.
Deceiving a pure-hearted person like Mark is a piece of cake for you, isn't it? Trying to manipulate and use him. I can't let you get away with it.
Please, listen to me for a moment.
Whose child is that in your belly, really?
There are things you should and shouldn't say, no matter what.
You're getting angry because it hit a nerve, right? See? You can control your anger because you are a low-class woman. I behave myself during the wedding greeting because I'm a decent person. Be grateful for my kindness, which I'm only telling you through text.
How can I be grateful after such an insult? This child is Mark's child. It's a precious existence that we created through our love. Even if you're his mom, I won't tolerate you mocking us.
Oh my god, a high school dropout is so scary, so quick to anger and has no manners.
I'm going to stop texting you. It's making me feel sick from the stress. This isn't good for the baby.
You should just get rid of such a disgusting living thing.
Are you serious?
I'll say it as many times as you want. Give up and disappear with that dirty child. A child born to a high school dropout won't lead a good life in this world. So, you should just get rid of it.
Unbelievable. I can't tolerate this. I will have a talk with Mark.
It's pointless. Mark is on my side.
Is that so? He understands me the best. When he sees this text, he will sure be on my side.
How many years do you think I've been watching my son? He will listen to his mom and you're done with him.
If our relationship can be damaged so easily, then we will get married.
However, it's easy to cut ties. I look forward to seeing you cry and scream.
You have a terrible personality.
Born losers should stay silent.
Anyway, we're getting married. We don't need parents' permission nowadays.
Do you think you won if you registered as a married couple?
I wonder, since I've seen your true colors, and there may be no other way. We'll just cut ties with awful mother and we'll live happily as a couple.
I hope it works out that way.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Well, good luck.
I can't believe she was that kind of person. It's the worst. Oh, excuse me. My name is Monica. I'm a 20 years old pregnant woman about to get married. My mother-in-law's true color was discovered at this time. I was worried about my future, so I talked to Mark about it. Mark was furious and immediately confronted her. But she insisted that she didn't know. On top of that, she deleted our conversation. Well, I had taken a screenshot on my part, so Mark could see all the conversations. As we talked it over, we decided to go ahead and registered as a married couple first. I'm a little concerned about Mom's reaction. However, Mom turned out to be a much scarier person than I had expected.
Have you already registered?
How did you know?
Mark told me you were gonna file it today, but I didn't approve of it. Are you trying to start a war or something?
I see.
Seriously? You're such a snitch. I've had to listen to him complain the whole time.
Well, he was pretty upset. I told you that I would tell him about it. Mark said he'd have my back.
That boy's just going through a rebellious phase. He's sulking a bit.
Quite optimist, huh? Our anger isn't like that at all.
Yeah. That's why you're there, to beat us to the punch and get married first, right? Hurry up and get it done already.
What are you up to? It's kind of creepy.
Aw, come on. You haven't done it yet?
They just called me. I'm heading there now.
Hope they accept it. Can't wait to see your reaction.
What did you do?
Huh?
They rejected it. They told me Mark's already married.
Oh dear, really? You can't get married to him at all, huh? Too bad.
This is outrageous. You had something to do with this, right? What did you do?
Don't go making false accusations. I didn't do a thing.
I can't think of anyone else but you. You must have done something. You made up the marriage certificate and filed it before we could, didn't you?
Do you have any proof? Making up official documents isn't as easy as it sounds, you know? Basically, Mark submitted it willingly. Mark finally realized he'd been fooled by you. He woke up, and he married someone better. That's all.
I refuse to believe that. Mark has always cared about me. We've been living together already.
Maybe he's just keeping you around like a sidekick.
Don't be ridiculous.
Shut up. Why don't you ask himself?
I've been trying to call him, but he didn't pick up.
Of course he's not answering, right? He's with a woman more important than you. Let me share some good news. Mark is at a luxury hotel right now with his young, beautiful, rich, loving wife.
Cut it off. Such a made-up story.
Then, why isn't he answering your calls? He always keeps his phone close. Has there ever been a time when you couldn't reach him?
No. But I can't believe something like this. There must be a reason for it.
Stop entertaining those silly thoughts. He's probably busy making love right now. Too busy with his cute young wife to pick up the phone.
Stop! I don't think Mark would do this to me. Wait, what? No way.
What?
Never mind.
Alright, I'm done with this conversation. I've got no more business with you.
Fine.
You're at the government building stairs, right?
How did you know?
I'm right behind you.
Don't be silly.
Oh, it's true. I can see your pathetic backside, you know? I told you to go away with the child, didn't I?
What?
Bye. Don't haunt me, okay? I can't believe you stepped down the stairs. Even the baby passed away. Poor thing. I guess your fantasy of marrying Mark went too far. You must have been hallucinating and couldn't see reality. Poor lady. Please watch over Mark and his wife from heaven. I pray for your soul to rest in peace.
Excuse me? I'm still alive.
What?
You pushed me and then called the police, pretending to be the one who found me. How could you come up with such a thing? Even if I thought of it, I wouldn't do it.
Why?
You erased the conversation and even sent a text saying RIP? But I'm sorry, me and my baby are safe.
Why are you still alive? I thought both of you went to heaven.
I'm still covered in scars here and there though. I fell off my back as quick as I could. So thank God, the baby's okay.
Not good. The hospital said they did everything they could, but they couldn't help you. How can a doctor lie to me?
I don't want any more harm from you. I told the hospital what happened and they cooperated.
What are you talking about? You fell down the stairs on your own. You were upset because your fiancé left you.
That's the situation you wanted, wasn't it? You wanted to come up with some reason to claim it was just an accident. Really, you've come up with a crazy idea, didn't you?
Oh, do you have any evidence?
Do you know what a voice memo on a phone is?
What's that?
It's like a simple voice recorder.
No way!
I was in a daze when I was pushed down, but I could hear you laughing at me. I recorded it as soon as I could. Besides, if I ask the staff, I'll be able to find a staff who heard you laugh.
You are annoying. You really are a sassy little bitch.
You are still talking like that? Even though I have proof?
I will just have to pay a fine for it. My rich daughter-in-law will pay for it.
Your daughter-in-law is me, but I won't pay.
It's so funny. Did you hit your head and become delusional? Maybe you should fall down again. What's a loser who got dumped by Mark saying?
I wasn't dumped. It was all you. I can forgive you for involving and hurting so many people.
You're being too paranoid.
We already know everything. You wanted to make Mark's wife, Annika Roberts.
Who?
Oh, you know her so well, don't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. How could you come out with these lies?
Then, I will tell you. You were after a rich woman to be your son's wife. That's where you caught your eye, Annika.
Don't be silly. She's just a daughter of my friend. Will you stop being delusional?
Recently, her father's company became the talk of the town. He's quickly rising to the upper class, hasn't he? Annika had someone she loved, but her parents were against their marriage.
I don't know.
You happened to see her and her fiancé talking in a restaurant. You were listening to their conversation. You knew that she was pregnant, right?
I told you, I didn't know.
They were so distressed that they even considered eloping, especially Annika, who was pregnant. I guess people under pressure are easily fooled.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I'm your parents' childhood friend and former lawyer. Let me help you persuade your family. I'm sure you'll be happy with your fiancé. Leave it to me. If you say something like this to Annika, who's in mental shambles, she'll listen to you. It was easy to gain her trust, right? You're good at talking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You told her that you would deliver the paper to her and you made her write them for you. Once you make her believe you, it doesn't matter how you explain your unnatural behavior. It doesn't matter.
Would you stop saying things that doesn't make any sense?
She wrote thinking she could be with the one she loves. You took care of it, and you wrote Mark's name and submitted. Now you made a fake married couple as you planned. How dare you come up with such a terrible thing that destroys people's feelings?
I'm impressed when your fantasies go that far. Why don't you become a novelist?
In fact, when I tried to register our marriage, somehow he was already married.
He just dumped you and switched to Annika, right? Stop it already.
I want to stop too, but it still continues. When Annika realized that she was cheated, you didn't apologize to her, but urged her to become your son's wife. You also told the fiancé that Annika had been cheating on him for a long time and married another man.
Don't involve me in your delusions just because you want to turn away from reality. Would you put yourself in the position of having to listen to your crazy fantasies forever?
I'm not delusional. Annika told me everything.
What?
She overheard you and Mark's phone call and found out about me. She realized that I, a pregnant woman like her, was being targeted. She tried to let me know somehow, but she doesn't know my face or name.
That's right. There's nothing she can do. Unless she's psychic, there's no way she could have told you.
A psychic? You must be more delusional than me. What Annika took is a more down-to-earth way. She went to a government office to ask for help. She asked that when a woman named Mark White's wife came, they should give a letter to that woman. Shortly before I was pushed down by you, the staff secretly gave it to me.
She did that?
Why don't you just admit it?
Oh, shut up. Then what? That's right. I did it. You're a high school dropout and a law class woman. You don't deserve my son. A child born from a high school dropout is such a waste of society. It's a good thing to get rid of them before they are born.
So that's how you really feel about my baby?
Yes, because I'm done pretending to be nice to you. You're too late to realize that, aren't you? There's just a man and woman after all.
That's a low-class idea.
Well, they haven't come back from the hotel yet.
If it's Mark, he's already in my hospital room.
What?
Annika's number was written on the letter, so I got in touch with her. When I told her that I was pushed down by you, she came running to the hospital room, and the nurse got mad at her.
What? That snitch!
I heard it in the hospital room. You called her to come to a hotel today, and you told Mark that she asked him to stay with her. You just set up both of them to go to a hotel room. When I called her, Mark rushed over from the hotel.
But he didn't answer your call. Who knows? They might have been doing something in a romantic hotel room at the time you called him.
Wow, really? Do you still keep doing that?
How can you be so sure? Whatever the reason, when a man and a woman are in a hotel, there's only one thing to do.
Then there's no problem. Annika and her fiancé are in the hotel right now.
Huh?
She called him and explained the situation, and the misunderstanding was cleared up. And it's no wonder she didn't answer the phone. You're the one who took the phone out of Mark's bag. I heard that from Mark himself. So, I'm not delusional or making false accusations. That's the worst. Still, it's a messy and violent plan. It would have been better if a monkey had thought of it. Do you have any more excuses? I'm ready to break it down for you.
Shut up! Shut your mouth now! And apologize to me.
Oh, it's rude to compare a monkey with such a dumb person like you. I'm so sorry.
You are apologizing about that?
Yeah, what else?
It's your fault for introducing yourself with a baby in your belly. I have no choice but to do this.
If I had passed away, so the fake couple with the broken heart will become a real couple?
That's right. If only you disappear, we'd have managed. Because you're so stubborn. You have the life force of a cockroach.
You really want your son to marry a rich woman, huh? What about Mark's feelings?
I don't care. A son must make his mother happy, right? It's Mark's responsibility to marry a rich woman and give me a good life. Otherwise, I wouldn't know why I gave birth to him.
I can't believe you are a mother. I will never be like you.
You're too cocky for your own good.
You put my baby in danger because of your stupid desires.
You're overreacting. But she's safe and you should be happy with the outcome.
When I was pushed down, I couldn't feel my baby's movement. The baby didn't kick me like always do. I was so scared that I almost lost control. I couldn't stop crying and I was so anxious. Do you know what that feels like? I will never forgive you.
So what? What the hell are you being emotional about? You look so stupid.
I want to make you feel the same way, but I can't do that to a terrible person like you who has no love. I will have you punished legally. Please be prepared.
What are you talking about?
Issuing a forged marriage certificate without permission is a crime of forgery of a private document. Pushing me from the stairs is a crime of assault. Threatening me is also a crime.
So, are you going to report it to the police? My husband and son won't allow it.
They are on my side.
What?
You're too naive to think your family will cover for you. Mark is furious and he wants to cut off ties with you. And your husband, he wants to get a divorce. No one will help you.
Divorce? I'm in trouble. My ATM.
Money again. That's all you care about. You really are a despicable person. You really don't have a love for your family.
If I didn't have money, I wouldn't be able to go to a casino. What about my date plan with my sugar baby? If I don't help him, my sugar baby will be in trouble.
I don't care. You've spent your husband's money for years. And you're too greedy to make money off using your son too.
You only live once. What's wrong with being greedy?
Don't say it like it's a cult. In your case, it's just selfishness.
Oh, I get it. I will allow you to get married. I don't want a divorce or an arrest. I want to live free on other people's money.
It's all your fault. And I don't need your permission to get married. The marriage certificate was found to be forged. And we are already married.
Then, even more so. You don't want your mother-in-law to suffer like this.
By all means.
Don't say that. You're the one who has no love for your family.
I don't consider you family anymore. Annika's going to file a report too.
No way. Wait. Someone's here.
Someone came to pick you up, huh?
I don't want to. Hey, forgive me. Convince them.
I will never forgive you. You will be in a private room, surrounded by cops, interrogating. Maybe there's a handsome cop that you will like. Why don't you flirt with them or something?
You've got to be kidding.
Take care, scumbag lady. Goodbye forever.
I don't like this.
When the cops showed up, she became violent to the police. Now, she additionally charged for obstruction of justice. So, she ended up behind bars on multiple counts. Her actions were so malicious that she got quite the sentence. During the endless questioning, Dad is finally able to divorce her. Mark also cut off ties with her, and Mom, well, Karen was left all alone. I also hired a lawyer to file for alimony. I have a feeling she still have to pay me even after she's out of prison. Well, I think karma has been served. I can't help but chuckle thinking about her miserable life. Meanwhile, Annika and her fiancé put in the effort to convince their parents. They managed to convince their parents in the end, and they finally tied the knot. A few months later, I welcome a healthy baby girl into the world. She's perfectly healthy even after that accident. I just can't stop adoring her. Mark and Dad are on cloud 9 too. A few months after that, Annika also had a baby. And today, these adorable little angels, they're playing together like sisters.
Lena, where are you? It's late, and you haven't texted me. I'm worried. You're such a pain in the ass. At least, tell me what time you'll be home. Okay. I'm not coming home tonight. Again? I don't care, but I'll be back in the morning, so get my breakfast ready. And lunch too. You know I'm also working, right? So what? I just wanted you to do a little more housework. What? Are you in a position to say that? No, it doesn't mean I'm asking you to do everything. We both work, so I want to split the household chores. You know what? You know I earn way more than you do, right? I know, but you haven't put in a penny for living expenses for the past 6 months. In the first place, when the marriage was arranged, I thought I was getting married to your handsome brother, who earns much more than you do. Turns out it's you. You got nothing to offer working at such a tiny company. Do you know how disappointed I was? And there was something about being business partners or something. I had to marry you because my dad's company was on the edge of going bankrupt. That's the actual reason why. So I had no choice but to marry you. My brother has a fiancé, so there was no choice. Then, you should take a little pity on me. I feel so sorry for myself. You should be extra nice to me to compensate that. I'm trying, but it's not enough. You have to be earning a lot to make me satisfied. At least more than what I'm earning. I don't know what to say. Oh my God, you're driving me crazy. That's why you're getting paid so little. Be a man. I'm sorry. If you're really sorry, have $2,000 ready by tomorrow. What? I'm pissed off and I don't want to see you. I'm going on a trip to get away from all of this bullshit. No, that's too... What? Aren't you supposed to be pleasing me? Our saving is going to run out if you keep on spending like this. Huh? I have been trying so hard to meet your needs by using up my own savings. I also been giving you all my salary every month, but I'm starting to see the limit. It would be really nice if you could contribute to the expenses too. What? What is that? I can't believe it. I'll do my best to work more. No. What? Oh, that's right. Then you should just quit your job. Quit my job? You've been in this company for about 10 years, right? Then you should get about $1 million in severance, right? I'll take it all. Okay, now I have enough money for my allowance. No, wait a minute. Even if I get the money temporarily, I won't be able to make a living afterwards. You just need to find a new job and get on with it. Oh, and since you're changing jobs, look for a better paying job. It's not going to work out that way. Think about the state of the world today. Lena, you make more money than me. What a pain in the ass. I'm the poor woman who was forced to marry you. You don't want the world to say that I'm such a poor woman and that you're an unworthy husband who can't take care of me. So get your ass out of here and give me my severance pay. Don't be so reckless. I won't tolerate any more arguments from you. Lena, where are you? You haven't been home for a week. What a nuisance. I have something important to tell you. Oh, you mean about your resignation? Yes, that's right. I'm submitting my resignation. Okay, well then let's get divorced. Huh? Hey, do you understand your position? Lena, do you understand your position? Huh? I already know. What? You're cheating on me. Huh? With my brother. Hello? Why don't you say something? Uh-oh. I don't care if you found out. You don't have to go through all that trouble to get divorce papers. Really? You already wrote them yourself, didn't you? I found it, so I brought it with me. Oh, that's why. I put it in a drawer and couldn't find it. Well then, could you just submit it, please? I just did. Already? Because I was at a friend's house right down the street from the town hall. That's why. Well, I'm glad we don't have to go through all that trouble. Now I can marry my brother-in-law. I'm the next Mrs. President. I'll charge you alimony. Huh? Alimony? I'm still discussing the amount with my lawyer, but I think I'll ask each of you for $1 million. Well, okay. As the next president and high-income brother-in-law, he's got lots of money. Unlike you, who makes a meager monthly salary. Don't block me until everything is decided clearly. Yes. Hey! What? I can't withdraw my money. Huh? Your severance money. I was going to withdraw it from my account earlier, but it wasn't deposited. Oh, it was you who took my bank book and card. That's why you didn't get your severance pay. No, my severance pay hasn't come out yet. Why? Because I haven't left yet. Huh? You said you left. I didn't say that. You did. You need to recheck our messages from yesterday. I just said I'm going to submit my resignation. What? No way. You know you can't just hand in your resignation. You know that, right? Of course I know that. So you just read it for your natural convenience. I went to the trouble of telling you in writing online, not verbally. Read carefully what people are writing, no matter who you're talking to. Shut up. By the way, I just submitted my resignation today. I'll start using my remaining paid leave next week until my last day at the company. I won't get my severance pay until after that. That's terrible. Why? What's the point of having your bank book with me? I went to the trouble of getting you to tell me your PIN number. You can have the money in there. The balance of $8 is as good as nothing. Call me as soon as your severance money is transferred. You're a pain in the ass. Huh? No way. You think my severance pay will be yours? Because you promised to give it to me. I didn't promise you that. You did. Lena, you just said you wanted it unilaterally. I didn't agree to it. Either way, I've specified that the severance money be transferred to another account. Huh? You're leaving the company because I said I wanted severance pay. Oh, there's your misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I'm leaving because my dad's company asked me to. What? You mean your father's company? That's right. What do you mean? Actually, I got a certain national certification. National certification? My father's company was looking for people to help start up a new business. I had just passed the relevant certification exam. He was so impressed with my efforts that he offered me a position as a candidate for the next president of the company. What? Candidate for the next president? Your brother is the next president, right? That was already confirmed, wasn't it? That's all being changed. A clean slate? I mean, he's dismissal. Dismissal? You mean fired? Well, that's what it means. Why? Because he had an affair with you. Huh? Me? I've heard that if you just had an affair, they wouldn't fire you. If you skipped work and went to a hotel in the middle of the day, they don't care if you're the next president of the company. You're out. And he's done the worst possible thing by having an affair with his brother's wife. And he even betrayed his own fiancée. Well, no, that's... Because of this, the person who should be at the top of the company is not like that. So the selection of the next president was to be rescheduled. Wait, something's not right. Or maybe I don't understand. What's that? Why did you go to all the trouble of getting a job at another company when your father owns one? Your father didn't take you seriously because you're a low bro who can't do the job, wasn't it? No, I wasn't. He just respected my feelings. If that's not the case, then you should stay at your father's company because it's easier. It's unconditionally higher income. I didn't like that. Why not? At the time, they were already saying that my brother was going to be the next president of the company. No matter how hard I try, they'll think I'm a powerful nepotistic hire, using my two relatives as a shield. They'd think I was a powerful nepotism. I didn't want to start my career in such a lukewarm environment. Then, why are you joining them now? Because the new business was what I wanted to do. As a candidate for the next president, I would be in an environment where I can work hard and compete with other candidates. I don't understand. I'm not trying to get you to understand now that you're a stranger. Well, that's why my brother will be out of a job for a while, so you have to take care of him. No, I'm not. What? I don't work anymore. What? Well, I messed up a bit and had no choice but to leave. That's why you stopped paying the living expenses. Well, in the investigative report that my father hired a while ago, I heard about it. Investigator? What? If you knew, why did you say mean things? In this situation, I was just being sarcastic. Maybe I spoiled you too much. What? Even though the marriage was related to the circumstances of our parents, because you will be my wife, maybe I misunderstood what it meant to be kind. Oh no, I don't think you're wrong in the slightest. More than that, being welcomed as a candidate for the next president of your father's company, are you getting a pay raise? Well, better than before. Then, from now on, I will change my mind and do housework. So, don't you think it's too early to get divorced, right? Wait a minute. Didn't you file for divorce yourself? If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have submitted it. No, we would have divorced no matter what. Why? My dad doesn't like correct things. He's strict even to his own hair son. He mercilessly cut down for one of his adulterous affairs. A woman who betrays her husband and has an affair is treated in a similar way. How is it possible that an adulteress is ensconced in the position of wife of potential next president? It's absolutely impossible. I'm with him on this one. Well, I'm sorry about that, and it's a little late for that, isn't it? Wait, Wait. Well, that's why. I'll have my lawyer visit you later. What? You know where I live? It's my brother's hideaway. That's also in the report from the credit bureau. Please. Well, I guess this is the last time I'll have to deal with you directly. I'll be a better wife this time. Just give me one more chance. Please. I really love you too. We can make it work again. I don't see that you're reading my text. Lena never called me by my name. We got divorced. My brother paid the alimony demanded by me and his ex-fiancée in one lump sum. He left Lena, has never been seen again. The alimony Lena was charged was paid by her in-laws. Also, my father's support was cut off in this divorce. My ex-in-law's company went bankrupt. I have some sympathy for the fact that this marriage was driven by my parents, but so was I. My father and I will be able to learn from this mistake and move on. It seems like Lena and her family is having a difficult time. Right now, the three of them are living in a one-room apartment, being forced to make ends meet. They are cursing each other every day as neighborhoods complain.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.